Hey, what's up guys? It's the man from Rune here again. Been a while since I uploaded. I started to get better, but life took an unexpected turn. So here we are again. We're going to do another faction overview. We're going to be going over Rohan. So let's hop right into it. Also, to make it up to you guys, right after this is released, tomorrow, or maybe even the same day, I'm going to release another faction showcase. I want to upload all the factions and maybe show off some gameplay of the mod, but I've just been really busy. So, without further ado, let's go over Rohan. Let's activate our trainer. Go over the power points real quick. So we got Horn Rohan. So rallying call, 50% damage and speed. We got draft. The unique thing about Rohan is you can actually recruit units from your farm. This goes into that. We'll go over that later. We got Symbolime. This is heal. And for tier 2 we got Radagast the Brown. Basically you can summon Radagast. He's got some abilities. He's got a Brambles which slows units. He's got an ability which converts any unit or any infantry or cavalry unit into animals. We got Glory of the King. So as you see later, this allows you to turn Théoden into his proper King of Rohan form, and also allows you to recruit elite archers. This ability, I actually don't know if it works, but yeah. Apparently, if you get a cavalry unit to level 5, they'll gain 30% health, and then they will get 30% trample deceleration. Step of Rohan. This is a terrain ability. Different than the terrain abilities we've covered, this is an aggressive terrain, so allied infantry and cavalry units gain 30% damage and 20% speed, and also cavalry units get minus 50% trample deceleration. We've got the Alliance of Elves and Men. So basically you summon Haldir and some Haldir's Galathrim, which are basically elite archers, but they're not as powerful as your standard archers that you build. This is the first stage, we'll go over that later. 3 hunters. So if you don't have first stage, you summon Aragorn, Gimli, and Legolas, and it has an interaction with Pippin too, which I will show off. And then tier 4, we got the military camp. So basically, you summon a camp, and you can upgrade it with different tents, and every once in a while, I think it's maybe every minute, I want to say, you'll get a battalion of special Rohirrim that can alternate between bows and spears. So, and there's no cap on them. So, well, except that they respect the command point. But anyway, pretty good power. If in the super late game you kind of just want a free army of like upgraded cav, this will help you out. Also increases the command point limit by 300, which is nice. And then let's march to the Ents. You summon an army of Ents, and then if you have first stage, which you'll almost always have if you play multiplayer, you get the Valar Yavanna, and she provides buffs to other Ents, and she also has her own special abilities. So let's get these. We'll save these two for later because they kind of impact other things in the game. Let's build ourselves the buildings.
Shouldn't take too long.
Speed this up.
This structure's ready. Work to do. I know what we need. Where are we building? Shouldn't take too long.
Got our farm. The way the farms work for Rohan is that every time you build a peasant, the farm will actually gain a little bit of XP. I'm not sure the percentage, but it does gain some XP the more peasants you build. And also, it also has a leadership, so nearby peasants, they gain 33% damage and armor. Let's finish building up all the buildings.
I know what we need. We got work to do. Been dropped. We completed this one. We're done building. Where are we building? Time to start building. Where I go? The structure's ready.
So yeah, we basically got like all the default buildings. We got a barracks, we got archer range, a stables, we got the armory, we got a well, a heroic statue, there's a battle tower, wall hub, and yeah. Rohan, I think, has like the least amount of buildings. And then we'll go over the fortress real quick. We got standard upgrades. We got the Band of Rohan, so decrease the cost of builders and heroes by 20 and 10% respectively. Rohan Militia, so if you don't notice that these towers right here, they'll get upgraded, or they'll be added units in there. Yeah, these guys. So basically additional units to defend your fortress with. And then we got the flame munitions, so upgrade the arrow towers and I think the guys in there too. Stone walls, armor upgrade, and then Rohan gets this unique fortress ability called Glory and Honor. So it increases the range of the fortress and also gives us access to this power. This only works on the player that controls this. Yeah, it only works on the player that controls this, but basically any infantry or cavalry unit within the radius of this gets instantly upgraded to max level. And then lastly on the fortress we got standard, we got a catapult, we got arrow tower, and then we got a wall up. Okay, let's go over the... We'll go over the units first. Let's go over the peasants first. So one of the strategies you can do at Rohan is you can summon peasants. They cost 100, and they have 30. They cost 30 CP. I believe there's 15. You get 15 in a battalion. They don't level up. They have fairly weak health, but they can receive this upgrade with axes. But first you need to use a draft. Let's just get one more real quick. Okay. Basically, draft gives the peasants an armor and a weapon upgrade by default. They gain 50 health, and they gain a little bit of extra damage. And then if you upgrade them with the axes, they become particularly good at destroying buildings.
We'll do everything we can. We are a strong people.
So yeah, that's it for the peasants. Also, they have an interaction with the hero, which I'll go over later. But anyway, back to the units. We got from the barracks. We got the Rohan swordsman. They get shield wall formation, which is rare for a swordsman. It's usually on spearmen. But yeah, these guys are fat. These guys are pretty fast, and they can receive the standard upgrades. And then we got the Rohan axemen. These are more or less specialized infantry. You get you also get 15. I think, do they have the same health? Okay, they're the same health, but these guys are particularly good against buildings. They also get a shield wall formation. And then we get our lance carriers, which is basically just spearmen. They get a porcupine formation, like most pikemen. And then at for Rohan, once you get to level 3 barracks, you get this cool unique unit called the Rohan Captain.
Never forget why.
If you've ever played with the Thrall units in Angmar, it's kind of the same principle. So you summon these guys.
Never forget why.
These guys are actually really strong. They have 1400 health. And then you can summon some Mediseld. I think that's like it's like a unique word for something in the area of Rohan, I believe. But anyway, you get swordsman, pikeman, or you can get some cav, and then you pay for them just like the Thrall units. These units are like strong units though, so they do cost more. So 300 for the captain, and then 300 for the spearmen and swordsmen, and then 400 for the cavalry. And also you can mount this guy, so you can get somewhere quicker if that's what you need.
Keep faith in your stand by the vanguard.
So yeah,
never forget why.
basically the captain, when he summons his battalion, he acts as a well. So without being by a well per se, if you're just like away somewhere in combat, he will gradually replenish units in the battalion. And also this battalion, the battalions with the captains, they don't get banner carriers, but they do get special formations and they can get standard upgrades. These guys get a block formation.
I stand ready. We are the vanguard. Never forget why we fight.
So these are the spearmen.
Keep faith in yourself.
They get a porcupine formation and standard
I
upgrades.
stand ready.
The knights,
In the king's name.
they get a wedge formation and they can get horse shields.
Victory awaits.
And then also from the barracks, we have the Rohan Royal Guard Spearmen. So these are elite units. They can go to level 10. They get a special formation. Or they get shield wall formation. Gain 60% armor, minus 70% speed, knockback resistance, and they slow trampling enemies. And they can receive these standard upgrades.
This way, my friends! We are called to action! This way, my friends!
And then also from the barracks, which is unique, you can recruit your siege units. So that's one of the pros of Rohan. You don't need to actually build a siege works. You just need a level 3 barracks, which you are going to want anyway, because you're going to want captains or the spearmen. You can get a battering ram. That was a weird entrance to that. Say it. Just a battering ram, nothing too special. And then you get the catapults, which come with the firestones equipped. So that's a major plus. And they're only 500 too. Okay, that's it for the barracks. We got our archer range. Trade that. This is where you get fire arrows, and then you just get some basic ranged units. You get the Rohan Yeoman archers.
Pick up your bows, countrymen.
And then you can also get these spear throwers. So these guys are particularly good against monsters and cav, and they're also decent against heroes too, because heroes in general take slightly more specialist damage than other damage types. Specialist is just literally any spear. Literally any spear. They get standard upgrades, and then they also get this power ability where I believe they just deal knockback. Yeah, they temporarily deal a little bit more damage, and they deal knockback as well.
I stand
Move
ready.
these guys over.
Where are we building?
Okay. So, got our stables. Okay, we got our basic Rohirrim. They get a wedge formation, they get the standard upgrades and the horse shields. These guys are just your standard cav, good at trampling, swordsmen and archers, and they're good at harass. But also, Rohan has access to the axe Rohirrim. So, same thing, they wedge formation and standard upgrades, but these guys are specifically designed to go for buildings. They deal less trample damage than your Rohirrim, and they're not as good as fighting in melee as the regular Rohirrim. Do they have the same health? They have less health too. So yeah, if you really want to go harass and destroy, cause some chaos, you go these guys. And then at the level 2 stables, you can get Rohirrim archers. This is kind of a staple of the faction. These are better than the yeomen. And horse archers in general, just good units because they are archers you cannot trample, so they are much harder to deal with. And then they get they don't get shields, but they get fire arrows instead, and obviously they don't need forge blades. So next, once we hit the level 3 stables, is we get the Rohan Royal Guard. So this is a 1-row 5-unit battalion of elite cav. They have really good stats. They have 1500 health per unit. They have good armor set. At level 7 they gain this really powerful buff, and then at level 10 they gain an armor set which will greatly improve their armor. Yeah, these guys are good. I think this Cav has one of the highest tramples in the game. Or like trample, highest damage in trample weapons. So that's always good, and you can get 4 of them. And then also at the level 3 stables we got, well, let's do this first, the horse shields, so you can upgrade the, what, these guys? Yeah. Just these two. And it basically makes it so that they take less damage from arrows and spears. But anyway. The Rohan Kingsguard, this is I believe this is the only heroic, this is the only 3rd age heroic unit that you get. Basically this this is the same, this functions the same as this battalion, but you get 2 rows, and you also get your buff, which is actually better at level 2. Instead of, what is it, 50, I think? 50% armor damage, 25% speed, and then minus 60% trample acceleration. You get a level 2, and you get 200% damage, 100% armor, plus 25% speed, and minus 80% trample acceleration. So, for 2, what is this? What is this? Roughly 600 more? Roughly 600 more, you get an insane unit, and this for sure has the high. This is the kind of the best cavalry unit in the game. It has the highest trample and like the best armor. Let's go over the barrack. We have our barracks. Really simple. Banner carrier forged by his heavy armor. Let's go. Let's send this guy over here real quick. And I guess I'll go over, before I go over the heroes real quick, I'll go over some of the spell powers. I already went over draft. Really simple. Heal. Rallying call. That's our passive. Affects these guys. Yeah, I think when they reach level 5, the model of the horse changes. Let's take a look real quick. I think that's how you know the ability's working. I'm gonna assume it does. Anyway, back to business. Terrain ability. Radagast. So, Radagast. A little bit of a preview from before we go over Lothlorien in a later video. Basically, when he's standing still, and also like your units and heroes are standing still, they're camouflaged. So you can just kind of like hide out somewhere, and the enemy can't find you. He's got this ability called Brambles. This is basically, this slows units and also damages them. He can summon this special bird. Okay, I don't think it works in this form. Yeah, it does not work in this form. Okay, or this version. Oh, there it is. That's right. That's a different one. And this, for this ability, the birds actually like look at units and they debuff them. And then he has Call the Herd. Basically turn units into ammos. This is particularly good against factions that like to go heavy with like unit upgrades and like expensive units, because this will just convert all of them. This ability doesn't work because he's not summoned at level 7.
Not good. Not good at all.
Okay, we got our Galathrim summon. So we get Haldir and his Galathrim. These are strong units, I would say. Not elite, but definitely strong. He comes out at level 10. He gets a weapon switch. He gets a passive. He gains 25% armor, and allies near him gain or deal 50% more damage. He gets Golden Arrow. Just like a powerful single shot, and then enemies near the target are stunned. This ability, he gives a hero plus 25% damage for a minute. And then he also gains the ability where him and nearby Glatham shoot faster. That's a cool effect. So we got the camp ability.
This one is finished.
So let's enable. First, enable the troop tents. So this is how you actually are able to start training Rohirrim.
We've improved the camp.
Okay, and then you can turn it off and on with this. We're gonna leave on disabled right now. And then we get 3 different tents. They each provide different bonuses. For the general's tent, basically the Rohirrim come out with a general, and he provides leadership to that battalion and nearby units.
We've improved the camp.
Arsenal basically gives the units bows and forge blades.
We've improved the camp.
And then this gives the units heavy armor and shields.
We've improved the camp.
And we can enable support. And we gotta wait for this ability, or for the Rohirrim to come out. We'll actually go over that later. It's the same, but there's just a Valor summon included when we get first stage. This works differently though. And also, we're gonna want Mary for this as well. So you get level Legolas, Aragorn, and Gimli, the 3 hunters.
Too many winters.
We will win this day.
Be ready.
Legolas has Hawk Strike and Knife Fighter. Aragorn gets Blade Master and Athlas. And then Gimli gets Axe Throw and Leap.
Stay sharp.
So this is our Rohirrim, fully upgraded from the military camp. As you see, they have Forge Blades. I think they have heavy armor too. And then this is the leadership I was talking about. So this guy, the general, he provides 20% armor and damage to nearby infantry and cavalry units and the battalion itself, and then they get a weapon switch.
We'll need our spears. Men of Rohan.
So yeah.
Right out. Let's go now.
The land is full of dangers. Quickly! We will win this day.
The Northern Kingdom was destroyed long ago.
I'm a warrior. My cousin Balin
Okay.
was a royal welcome.
My mistake. I actually kind of jumped the gun. So we'll get back to these guys in a sec. Let's go over some heroes real quick, and then I'll get right back to this power because I want to show off a cool interaction. So
We are the vanguard.
for heroes, or this other hero, we have Théoden, who starts out in his weakened form, like in the movie and the book or whatever. He cannot level up. He's followed by Grima. He has a leadership, but it has negative and a positive. So it's 25% armor and damage to nearby infantry and cavalry units, but they are also weaker to fear and terror effects. He has this ability. This ability is very good, called Banishment and Exile. Basically, a hero listed Theodred, Amber, Hama, Gambling, and Mary. While he is on the field, and while a hero is alive, the targeted hero gains, I believe it's double damage. He deals increased damage and recharges skills twice as fast. Okay. And once you get rid of Théoden the Corrupt through the spellbook power, they lose the bonus. So we just put it on Mary.
I think it's time for lunch.
Yeah, okay, it does increase their damage by double. This ability is an eco buff. You can just make a farm give you, I think it's 30 times the amount of resources it normally produces. Something like that. But the farm is temporarily weaker. Yeah, it takes 33% more damage.
Take the ring back to the fortress. Have your weapons ready, elves.
So for his next ability, that revolves around the peasants.
We are a strong people.
Basically, you can click on some nearby peasants, and you can convert them into traders.
Should I welcome you?
Traders are much stronger than peasants. I think they have like, yeah. Not much stronger per se, but yeah, they're stronger. They don't have upgrades, but they can receive the horses upgrade. So if you want like really cheap cav, also there's was it 12? Yeah, you get 12 of them too, which is kind of absurd. So yeah, traders are stronger, and you can do some funny things with them, like this, just getting cheap cav right away. And then Théoden the Corrupted's last ability, retreat. Basically, any ally, including himself, they all become invulnerable, but they also can't deal damage. They also get a speed buff. Okay. Now let's actually we'll go over the other heroes. I'll remember to I'll remember about the interaction I want to show off. So let's get all these heroes.
Yes, friend.
Oh, I guess we'll go over Mary. So he gets a rock throw. This is a leadership depending on who he's near. And he can get all of them if he's near all the heroes. So if Théoden, not this Théoden, the normal Théoden, I believe. Mary gains 100% armor. If Éomer is near Mary, he deals double damage. And if Éowyn is near Mary, he recharges his skills 40% faster and collects experience 3 times as fast. He gets a cloak. Basically stays still and becomes invisible. Doesn't always work, but it is what it is. Dagger of the Noldor. Basically he jumps and he does like splash damage along the way. It's pretty good for dealing with like really cheap spam units like against goblins and Mordor. And then this Barrow Blade.
Follow me.
I believe this is a single strike attack. Yeah, a single strike attack, and it's really good against Nazgul.
You'll end up dead. It's just a question of how.
You are beginning.
So the next hero is the Gon Berdigan. He is an archer hero.
Sir.
And level 1. Okay. Oh, he just becomes alright. Yeah, at level 1 he can become invisible, and yeah, he just becomes invisible, and then no units can attack him.
Hey, wait for me.
At level
Don't
2,
press your luck. Where are you going?
at level 2 he summons 2 Théoden archers. These guys are just like, okay, he only summons one.
Friend.
Yeah, only summons one.
We got something to do.
So these guys are kind of unique archers. What is it? There's 10 in a battalion? Yeah, there's 10 in a battalion, but they shoot poison arrows by default.
Take the ring back to the fortress.
Sir.
Okay. He can camouflage. Is it units, heroes? Okay, he can camouflage allies for temporarily.
What's this about?
Take back our lives.
You are beginning
Okay,
to
so
annoy
for this
me.
ability, he makes himself and nearby Théoden archers invulnerable to anything besides magic damage, and they cannot move, so I guess that has some limited applications. And then at level 8, or level 10, he gets a really powerful arrow strike that poisons and probably stuns an enemy.
Sir. Hey, wait for me.
So, Éowyn, she gets 2 Palanters of abilities. She gets a mount, obviously. She gets this ability where she gives a hero 500 health for 3 minutes and a double healing rate. She gets an active ability that buffs peasants, gives them 100% armor, 50% damage, 20% speed, and resistance to free and terror. And I guess it also summons some royal guards, but you can't control them.
I fear neither death nor pain.
And then at level 10 of this planter, she also summons a garden, which also heals units, I believe. And then our other planter.
Go! Courage! Courage for our friends!
That's pretty cool. She disguises herself as Durnholm. And I guess she becomes invisible. And then I believe, okay.
Get the ring back to the fortress.
What's it called? This is on a timer, I think, before she... I think it's on a timer before she turns back. Anyway, she gets a spear throw. She gets... this is a self buff. She basically becomes resistant to... most damage types, I guess. And then she gets more resistance to heroic and heroic range damage. So basically hero damage. And at level 10, her other level 10, she can target a hero, and then while she's near that hero, she gains 250% damage, 100% armor, speed, and then knockback resistance for 60 seconds. So good for dealing heroes, these last two abilities. Or, well, three, actually.
Now, if people know you,
Théoden, he gains a mount. He can summon a sentry.
We've completed this one.
A sentry can be equipped with fire arrows, it can be garrisoned, and it also is required for his next ability, which is basically just rebuild. So anything near this the sentry tower within radius will get rebuilt.
From the city walls.
His next ability, level 6. It gives the building armor buff, and also mans it with spearmen, and you can recruit captains from it.
you all end up dead. It's just a question.
And then at level 10, he basically gets a Blade Master, and then these buildings summon more troops.
You fight for me.
Yeah. Some of those Eisenfurt units or Meduseld units.
You all end up dead. It's just a question of how.
Okay. We got Erkenbrand. He has a mount. While he's on his horse, he gains a charge attack. I'm not exactly sure what this does. I assume it means he just moves faster. Okay, this is a targeting ability. Okay.
Stay with me. Hold the line.
Yeah, we'll just go over here real quick.
Unleash hell.
And we can go over the other abilities. So this... Oh, this is heal. He can heal allies. This is a buff at level 5, but it's only when mounted. Basically, okay, himself and nearby cavalry units, they deal double damage, gain 24% speed, knockback resistance, and resistance to fear and terror.
That was unkind.
And then at level 10, he gains an insane leadership. Okay, so level this ability is just a charge attack. And his level 10 leadership is insane. Infantry and cavalry units near Erkenbrand gain 100% armor, 200% damage, and resistance to fear and terror. Next we got Gamling. He gains a mount. The unique thing about him is when he's mounted, he's actually a ranged archer. Or a mounted archer. He gains this ability, level 1. It depends on whether he's on the horse or whether he's on the ground. He summons a herald. And basically you can just recruit like a different... Or you can recruit one of these barracks units for free. The swordsman, axeman, lance carriers.
Take me with you.
They function as exactly the same unit. Yep. He gets Gamling's Horn at level 3. This is the same as the Horn of Gondor, just a stun. And then
We have to get the ring back to camp.
at level 5, he can target some Rohan infantry or peasants.
We must rise up and fight.
And then those units, they get forge blades, and then the peasants also get draft. And then at level 10, this is the ability for Mordor. I think it's
Everything we can.
inexhaustible hordes where units just they regain a fallen soldier. Yeah.
We all must fight.
Too few have come.
We'll do everything we can. We all must fight.
Okay. And then we got Hama. He has a mount. He has this passive ability. He's basically a mobile well. All heroes, infantry, and cavalry near him are healed, even if they're in combat. So that's incredibly strong. He gets invulnerability depending on his level. Basically, it just changes the duration level. I think at level 3, which is when he gets it, he becomes invulnerable for 30 seconds. Then at 6, it's like 40 seconds, and then at 10, it's 60 seconds. At level 7, he gains this very flavorful ability to say. So you can pick a Rohan hero. So the Rohan hero's here, and then he gets a specific buff when he's near them, and that hero will gain armor and damage, or 25% armor and 50% damage for 2 minutes. So if he does it on Théoden, not this Théoden, the normal Théoden, who's the king, he'll gain knockback resistance and 100% trample deceleration. If he's near Théoden, he'll gain experience 200% faster. If he's near Aramir, he'll deal double damage. If he's near Eowyn, he'll gain resistance to hero and hero range damage. And then if he's near Hama, he'll gain speed, vision, and range. And then at level 10, he can just summon some Royal Guards. These are temporary Royal Guards. These are the same Royal Guards as we'll go over shortly from the fortress, but they don't get fire arrows. And also, if he's on the horse, I believe he summons, is it the same? Okay, I'm thinking of another ability. Alright, let's go over the power, and then we can get back to some other stuff too. Okay. Oh wait, we forgot Aramir. My mistake. Okay, so he gets 2 Palanters after you go for was it Glory of the King? So on it, because you'll need Théoden to switch. Anyway, he gets a mount. He gets this leadership at level 2. Infantry and cavalry get 25% armor and damage, and they also collect resources. So Rohan doesn't get an eco buff like most good factions. They get scavenger. He gets a spear throw level 3. This ability is pretty cool. He basically just runs through units and knocks them over. It's not very far though, and it doesn't last very long, but good ability. He gets this, so this is a debuff against enemy units. They lose 50% damage, and then enemy units near it gain 50% damage. Let's recruit Théoden.
I, Théoden King, will ride to war. Move out! This way!
Okay, so
Move out!
let's finish going over Aramir. So he still gets the same. These 2 abilities are still the same. He gets leadership, spear throw, but now he get. Oh no, this is the same too. I think it just has a different icon. And then he gets a Palantir switch, and then this ability is the same. This ability is sick. It will last a while though. Now that I think about it, and it's kind of loud. I guess I'll show it off towards the end.
Quickly!
But basically, for 2 minutes, he's going to yell at the top of his lungs, and he'll gain 50% armor, or 15% armor and damage, 30% speed, and then Rohan units gain 30% armor, deal double damage, and gain resistance to fear and terror. This is when he's mounted. This just is like this summons units or cavalry to trample.
Riders of Rohan!
Yeah.
You have taken! Now, fill them all! To Lord and land!
And then this is an army summon at level 10. Okay, I did. It was just being slow. I did too many. So Basically, it summons men of the West Battalion.
Be still.
These are a special collaboration of units. It's basically men from all over, like, the Free Peoples, I guess.
Be still. Ready your weapons. Stand ready, archers.
And they can get, what is this, Knights of Rohan, a banner carrier. And they gain upgraded, or forged blades, fire arrows. They get a shield wall formation. Yeah, just kind of a flavorful army summon. I mean, these units aren't really that strong. Yeah.
Prepare for battle. If I must.
Alright, let's get back to Théoden and then Mary and the Spellbook powers.
This way. Move out. This way.
Well, I guess before that.
I think it's time for lunch.
This will be a
So
day
Théoden,
to
he gains a
remember.
mount. At level 1, he grants fear and terror resistance, but the leadership changes at levels 3, 5, 7, and 10. He gains a plancher switch level 3. He can grant units experience level 4. Let's give Mary his upgrade. So Mary permanently gains 25% armor and he gains new abilities.
Us hobbits must stick together.
Same abilities here. He still gets the same abilities when he's near other units, but now he gets this ability called the Falling of Small Stones. So if you summon these guys, and you have Mary level 10 with the ability, these guys come out with even more abilities. So like, so each one provides a different leadership. Let's start with Aragorn. So he provides 25% armor to Legolas and Gimli. Legolas provides 25% vision and speed to Aragorn and Gimli, and then Gimli provides 25% damage to Aragorn and Legolas. These two, and they still have some of the same abilities. Axe throw, leap. Gimli gets okay, this is a buff. This is the same as his Slayer ability. Gimli gains speed and does double damage. Aragorn gets a new ability, so he can track a unit permanently. He gains 100% armor and damage. He still has Athelas, and then he gets Elendil.
The land has grown dangerous.
And then Legolas still gets knife. He gets knife fighter and hawk strike still, and then he also gains. He deals increased damage. So that's pretty cool. Let's keep going over Théoden.
This way. Move out.
So at level 3 now, he grants 25% armor and also fear resistance to nearby infantry and cavalry. Also at level 3, he gains this ability, which is a Blade Master. So for 40 seconds, he gains 25% armor damage, but he collects experience 3 times as fast. You cannot use it though while mounted. You can only be used when he's on foot.
Move out.
Let's level him up again.
This way.
Okay. Now he's at level 5, his leadership improves, so now he gains 25% armor and damage and resistance to fear and terror. And he also gains 50% armor. Let's level him up again.
Move out.
Now his leadership affects heroes as well as units. They all gain 25% armor damage. He gains this ability, which is honestly kind of sick, where
Fight for me.
alright, so basically this ability unlocks even more abilities for Erkenbrand, Gambling, Hama, and Théoden.
Let this be the hour.
Fell deeds awake.
Now for wrath. Now for ruin. And the red dawn.
Courage! Courage for our friends!
Okay, here. So for Gambling, you can either reduce the cost of upgrades by 50% for, I think it's like a minute, or you can activate this ability. So this affects literally all allies. It says they adopted defensive formation.
Our king.
That's kind of what happens. And then They also gain armor, knockback resistance, and they slow down trampling enemies. But these, they all lose 60% speed. So it's all allies that do this. Yeah.
You find yourself alone. Riding in green fields with the sun on your face.
Where was I? Let's do Kama. So you can only use this ability on Théoden, Eadred, Aemir, Eowyn. So you can summon royal guards around a hero. They'll protect that hero. And then that hero also receives 50% armor for 30 seconds. Or you can enhance the effect of his well. So it provides more healing, and then he also gains 100% damage temporarily, and then also resistance to knockback.
Sure. King Théoden awaits.
Hold the line.
So for Erkenbrand, you can use this ability, so all enemy units in the area, target cower in fear for 10 seconds. And then Erkenbrand and nearby infantry in the area gain 50% damage, 15% speed, and increased crusher level for 20 seconds. You need to use on ends. And then this ability is you can summon Gandalf the White.
The world
temporarily. So Gandalf, he gets a magic shock. He has this power, so spoilers I guess for when we go over Gondor, hidden power. Basically this operates as kind of a stun against units and heroes, and then he also gains more, he deals more magic damage and his spells recharge a little faster. He has his good old trusty lightning sword, he has Shadowfax, and then he has this passive ability, so allies near Gandalf gain 50% speed and 50% experience gain, and then if he's near building, the building researches fast, produces faster units, upgrades, etc. And then lastly, the leadership, the passive provides a fit resistance to fear and terror.
The answer to your question is yes.
Okay, so I think that is all the heroes. Oh, we're not done with Théoden yet.
This way.
Okay. He's just level 20. So, alright, so basically when he hits level 10, just the leadership range for heroes and units is like really far. Like really far. Like probably 5 times what your standard leadership range is. Still has the same abilities here, and then this is a kind of a call the horde for the barracks, the archer range, and the stables. It's got a cool sound effect. Yeah. So basically you can just recruit units really fast. And then we have this ability. I'm gonna save this ability for later. It's Glorious Charge, but it's kinda epic. Actually, we can go over it now. Oh wait, I haven't gone over Théoden yet. My mistake. So he has 2 abilities. One what is this? Yes. So if you use this ability, you use it on the sentry towers. You can only use it on the sentry towers. So it acts as a well, and then nearby peasants can be called up for military service. And then this one, pretty complicated, or kind of a complex ability. So for 30 seconds, he gains 100%. He gains 100% or 100 damage. He deals splash damage and knockback. But after 30 seconds, he dies, but all units, all allies in the radius heal 40% of their health, and then all units in the medium radius deal double damage. And then he can also be revived for free. We're going to use this ability. I guess that did nothing. Maybe it's being slow.
We will have victory.
And upgrade him.
Okay, I guess it's doing nothing. Okay, let's put all our guys on horseback.
I fear neither death nor pain.
Hold the line!
We cannot defeat the armies of Mordor.
Let this be the hour.
Long
We've
ago
got to
we
do
fought.
something.
Is it necessary that
I
you
stand
speak
ready.
with me?
Alright, let's get some cavalry units. This will do fine.
At my signal, unleash hell.
This will be a day to remember. Make haste. Go forth. Ride light and swift. Muster the
Alright.
Rohirrim.
So if you manage to get Théoden to level 12, you get the glorious charge. Nearby, so Théoden, nearby allied heroes and cavalry units gain 300% armor, 200% damage, and minus 80% trample acceleration, and this cannot be nullified.
Riders of Rohan.
So we will show it off.
Make haste. Forward. Ride light and swift. Ride. Forward. Make haste. Ride. Crush this evil. Quickly now.
So as you see, you can kind of just instantly kill almost any unit in the game. I believe it lasts for like 40 seconds too. As you can see, all of these units are getting absolutely rolled. I know it's not, I mean, yeah. No one stands a chance when you activate this buff.
Let this be the hour. Let us draw swords together. To the
So now
defenses.
let's go over the first stage, and then we'll go over the ring heroes.
We got work to do.
We can actually go over the spellbook powers too after first stage. So for our army of the past stages, you get elven units actually. We'll let the song finish real quick. Okay.
Stay with me. Let us draw swords together. The ring has been dropped.
Okay. So, the Tanquetil Fortress. So basically, we get elite elven units.
We bring swords from Lorien. We come to protect Middle-earth.
Elves.
So these guys are the Tentacle Guards. They're spearmen.
Ready elves.
They gain a shield wall formation. 8% armor, minus 75% speed, cannot be crushed and slow trembling enemies. Level 2, they debuff Cav, 50% armor. Level 5, they gain an armor upgrade.
Our homes must be defended.
Oh, also, let me show
At my signal,
this ability, I guess.
Stay with me.
Let me just show this off real quick. Quick intermission here.
Never forget why we fight.
Keep your spirits high.
Yeah, it's just instantly leveled everything there. Anyway, back to this. And then we got the guards, or the watchers. They are hybrid infantry. They get a weapon switch, they get armor upgrade level 5, and then level 7 they gain 100% armor, 125% range, and 125% vision for 30 seconds. Oh, they also deal double damage, so they become insane. That's what the ability was trying to tell me. And then they also get this special heroic unit. These guys have a lot of health, almost as much as heroes. Tanquetil Captain. They provide a leadership specifically to these units.
Our homes must
What is it? 50% resistance to structure damage, 25% armor, and they gain experience 50% faster, and then they also get an armor upgrade level 5.
Elves. Onward.
Let's go over the fortress real quick. You do get some unique fortress abilities. This is the same as the builder ability, just lets you put out fire. This is a rebuild, and then you can also summon eagles at level 4. Just 2 big eagles. It also has a passive, the fortress also grants passive bonuses, so at level 1 it provides a global leadership to all allied infantry and cavalry units, plus 10% damage and 10% armor. And then at level 2, heroes are revived 25% faster. And then at level 3, it actually discounts these units. And then also at level 3, there's a mist around the fortress, and it like disguises heroes and units. Let's go with heroes.
We sensed danger was near.
Turin, Ingwe, and Helm Hammerhand.
Be of good hope. I am vigilant. All is not lost.
Evil is near. Batons.
We're actually gonna send these guys to level up against units real quick.
We had best go.
Alright, so we'll go over a Helm Hammerhand first. So, basically he has the last stand. If he's about to die, he'll fight on for like 10 more seconds, something, 15 more seconds.
Hail, elf friend.
At level 3, he gets his own Horn of Gondor. Where is it? This ability is kind of cool. Basically, if you have a battalion of peasants, which I don't know why you would be in first stage, but here we are. If you have a battalion of peasants, you can upgrade them into normal or regular Rohan units. This is a bit buggy, I think.
Someone needed a butcher. I love a good slaughter.
Okay, you have to like angle it a little weird. These guys gonna...
We are a strong people.
Okay, I guess they're not gonna change. They're supposed to change.
I love a good slaughter.
We all must fight.
I'll flay you now.
Use whatever weapons you can muster.
I love a good slaughter.
I've used this ability before. It doesn't want to work right now though. Anyway, at level 8, he gains this kind of an insane leadership. So basically, all infantry units around the map, they just get all the upgrades. So
Liberty, by law. The castle needs us.
do we have Théoden? Okay. Let's use it in combination with this. Okay, this only works on infantry units. Yeah, basically all first or third age infantry units come out upgraded. But they also gain, nearby infantry units gain resistance to siege and structural damage. And then at level 10 he gains a Blade Master, 120% armor, 50% damage, and he gains knockback to Fear Terror.
Get it, quick.
Let's go over Turin. At level 2, he gains kind of an insane ability. Basically, nearby infantry and cavalry units just deal double damage. At level 4, he gains an armor increase. At level 6, he just makes everyone around him invulnerable for 30 seconds. At level 8,
the road awaits.
I believe he gains a damage boost, and then every time he swings, it does like, it has this cool lightning effect. Yeah, okay, yeah. So the lightning just hits enemies when he's near them.
Good hope. The enemy watches. My though.
At level 10, he permanently gains 100 magic damage.
This is ill news indeed.
The road awaits.
Next hero is Ingwe. At level 1, he just grants nearby allied units invulnerability to magic damage. At level 4, he gains this ability to summon a tree. And then infantry near the tree are healed and gain immunity to slash specialist and crush damage. At level 6, he gains another leadership, but this one affects heroes. They gain 50% armor, immunity to flame damage, and they level up 3 times as fast. He also gets an armor improvement.
For my people.
At level 8, he gets this ability. This stuns heroes too, I believe. It summons this light that you can move around. Really strong. This ability stuns heroes, I believe, but it does not last that long. So you gotta use it right. And then at level 10, he gets this really cool ability where he just summons lightning around him, and then it kind of sucks in the enemies. That sounded weird. He pulls in the enemies. Yeah, so he can just kind of run through armies with this ability and like screw them over by just pulling units nearby. I'm gonna save the ring heroes for last. Let's go over the Maiar. I believe this is the first what is this? The first non-Valor, I think? Oh no, we did the Mumak. What else did we do? We did Mordor. Goblins. Okay, we've had some. This is the first Maiar though. For Rohan summons the Maiar Yanwei. Alright. Some Yanwei, he doesn't do as much damage as in Calagon or Morgoth, or the Mumak for that matter, but he's actually really good at fighting other heroes especially, and he can run through units, etc. Let's chill. Alright. Okay, so basically he has 2 forms. He's in his banner carrier stance right now, hence why he's carrying the banner carrier. So, in this form, I believe the... Okay, yes, the top part is in both forms. So, nearby allied infantry and cavalry units, this ability that I just did, the little voice line with the blue effects, they gain 50% speed and immunity to fear and terror. And then in this form, allied infantry, cavalry, and heroes near Yanwei gain immunity to fire damage, and then they gain experience 3 times as fast. This allows them to switch forms. This is an insanely powerful buff. Basically, he grants nearby infantry and heroes 100% armor and immunity to all those damage types: crush, slash, pierce, chop, specialist, Eric, and cavalry damage. So basically most damage types that aren't like magic or hero related. He gets an army summon in this form. These are like, I think these are like the best elven units in the game that you could possibly ever summon besides these units and these special units and Imladris.
Watch for the enemy.
Yes, these guys are insane. So let's switch forms. So in this stance, he actually deals more damage. He gets the same passive, but in this form, nearby infantry, cavalry, and heroes gain 50% damage and immunity to knockback instead of, I think it was fear resistance and experience gain. Oh, this ability is very good. Ellen Tari Starlight, I need him to like move over though. Basically he summons a beam of light and the light does constant damage. So yeah, he is just melting everyone. He comes nearby. Oh, I'm gonna run out of time. This is the same as like the Witch King's resets a hero timer, and then this is unique to him. Basically, he uses this on the hero, and then the hero loses 40% armor, and they just instantly lose 40% of their health. So yeah, use that ability to like screw over a hero. And now let's go over the rings.
Be on guard. We'll go on foot from here.
We'll go over Théoden with the ring first, and then we'll go over our special ring here.
Swiftly.
Okay, let's go with Théoden.
Théoden King will ride to win.
Okay, so this is Théoden with the Silmaril.
Get the ring back to the fortress.
This is basically the same. This Palantir here, they gain experience, or units gain experience. Palantir switch, grant Mary his upgrade, and then yes, this leadership is the same, but this side and this gets this Palantir and then this Palantir are different. So at level 1 he just gets his armor, so he gets 50% armor. At level 1 he also provides a leadership to he provides it to himself at level 1, and then at level 10 he gives it to heroes. So at level 1 he just gains experience 300% faster, and then at level 10 heroes around him gain experience 250% faster. At level 4 his attacks they deal more damage and they deal knockback, and then at level 14 the damage and the radius of the knockback is increased. At level 17, or no, level 7, my mistake. At level 7, heroes around Théoden are just invulnerable. Yes, they're just passively invulnerable. And then at level 17, the radius is doubled, so they don't have to be so close to him. At level 10, this has to do with his leaderships. At level 10, I think the radius is doubled. Yeah, the radius is doubled at level 10 of this leadership, and then at level 20 the range of his leadership is global, so he just buffs everyone across the map. This ability is a little different. Hero Grim, you get a level 7, and then for 30 seconds he deals double damage, he gains 25% speed, and he gains immunity to knockback. Still can't be used on horse. Level 8, this ability is the same. Lord of the Mark, it's how you get the extra abilities on Erkenbrand, Gambling, Alma, and Théoden.
People know noble, uncommon, they respect.
Level 10, he gains this ability. This is the same as Glorious Charge, but it's specifically for infantry units. So the neat thing about this one is you can actually use it on your first stage units. Yeah.
We bring swords from Lorien. Move out.
This ability is the same, Army of Rohan,
Swords from Lorien.
and this ability is the same, Glorious Charge. So Théoden with the Silmaril, basically the perfect support hero. Does so much. And then let's go over the final ring hero for Rohan.
Right, it's the ring. Get it. This will be a day to remember.
Quick note. Théoden, because he has this Palantir over here, he cannot be Q selected, so just remember that when you play with him. Alright. Oh. I guess I gotta show off two more things. We'll show off this this Ent summon real quick before we go over the last ring hero. So last March of the Ents. The only difference between this and the non-first stage version is you get this hero, Yavanna. If I can click on her. Okay. We'll go over this first. So, the Ents, you get 4, these are just regular Ents. They, they can throw rocks and they can go in melee. And then you also get the 2 Ent heroes, Treebeard. Treebeard actually buffs nearby Ents. And then you also get, what is this, Quick Beam. He does more damage than Treebeard, I believe. Yeah, he's just a stronger damage dealing version.
together again.
Now we have Yavanna. She does not. One thing you gotta know about her is that she actually doesn't last as long as the Valors you summon from these fortresses. She lasts about I think 40-60 seconds shorter.
That wasn't too bright.
So she actually stuns units and heroes with her base attack. She provides leadership to Ents. They are immune to chop, fire, and magic damage, and they heal faster. So it's super important because Ents actually take like triple damage, I believe, double or triple damage from fire. So making them immune to that is a big bonus. Blessings in disguise. It just makes things invisible, like this guy's ability.
Come to mama.
This ability, she summons a forest. Stings stealth in the forest. It provides stealth, and then it also works as like, I think it also poisons enemy units.
It's not time yet.
She can summon more Ents. Was this 4 more Ents? Yeah, she summons 4 more Ents, and then she can make a farm deal 300%, I think.
That wasn't too bright.
300% more resources for like 30-40 seconds. Yeah, so she summons 4 Ents, but she also summons 3... Oh no, she summons 1 Ash Ent. These guys are melee locked, and then Spruce Ent. I actually don't know what the difference between these guys are. I'm going to assume that it's probably a damage difference. A Birch Ent, Spruce Ent, okay. These are actually just different Ents altogether. These guys are just, oh no. Okay, those are, she just summoned different Ents, and they all got different names. So I guess they're all the same. But yeah. Basically this is like an easy, this is your way to like kill bases, because Ents deal insane building damage, since they're technically a siege unit, or they're like the mountain giants. I believe, yep, alright, we'll go over the Silmaril hero. I actually forgot 1 unit. My apologies. This is the last unit we'll go over. These Rohan Royal Archers that you get from the fortress once you get Glory of the King. They are affected by Helm Hammerhand's leadership. Okay, nice. Yeah, they actually just gain all these abilities. Cool. So these guys are an elite archer. They get a weapon toggle, and then they get those upgrades. These guys are pretty strong. These are your elite archers. They shoot. The one thing is, though, they don't shoot as fast as some other elite archers. So yeah. That's all I have to say about that, and then let's go over the final ring hero, Eorl the Young, who I believe is the founder of Rohan. He is a mounted hero. Because he's a mounted hero, his trample is actually better than like any mounted hero in the game. He has a leadership. So by default, allied infantry, cavalry, and heroes gain a 50 or 100% armor, 50% damage, and fear resistance. And then if he is almost near death, he grants them 150% armor, 75% damage, and fear and terror resistance.
My life for Rohan. Leave it to me. Swiftly, leave it to me. Go for it. Already there. Ride. In position. Leave it to me. Now is the hour. Rider of the mark. Leave it to me. Already there.
Yeah, he is just trampling strong. He also does a lot of damage. I just remembered. He's also getting buffed by Théoden. That's why he's doing like. That's why he's looking like mega powerful right now.
In position. Ride. In position. Fall. Leave it to me. Swiftly.
All right. Anyway, level 3. He gains this ability that gives him armor and speed, but lowers his crush level. So basically, he becomes faster and tankier, but he can't trample units. Let's just max level him. Also, this here, Eorl can go to level 20. That's a lot of stats. Anyway, level 5. he gets a random bonus for 60 seconds. I actually can't see it because my effects are on low, but if your effects are on medium, you can see it. He will either gain 50% armor, 50% damage, or 25% speed and experience gain. Level 7, this is like Azog Gamorrea's ability. You kill something and then all enemies nearby lose armor, damage, speed, and are weak to fear and terror. That's a pretty far range, not gonna lie. And then at level 10, he gains an army summon. Just 6 battalions of fully upgraded Gondor Cav.
Just say when. Already there. My horse awaits.
Yeah, so that's Yor Leong. Not the flashiest ring hero, but he's pretty cool. He's decent. And yeah, what can I say? He's the founder of Rohan, so he's a Giga Chad. I'm gonna show off the last one. The last thing I want to show off is Eomer's level 8, which is one of my favorite abilities in the game.
Riders of Rohan! Foes you have taken! Now fulfill them all! To Lord and land!
Yeah, so like every like 10 seconds, I think he's just kind of yells, and he grants a buff to nearby infantry and cavalry.
Let this be their end! Men of the River March!
Now with the hour! Riders of Rohan! Foes you have taken! Now fulfill them all! To Lord and land!
Alright, I think you get the gist. So, that is Rohan. I hope you all enjoyed the video. Look forward to another video. I promise. There'll be another video shortly. Within the next few days after this video is uploaded. This guy's very loud. So yeah, hope you all enjoyed. Thank you so much for watching. Look forward to another faction overview, and I'll see you guys later. Peace out, guys. Have a good one.